Kia ora and welcome. I'm Nick Cumming, and it is my absolute honour to bring you this coverage from John Sturgeon Park here in Greymouth for what promises to be a spirited clash in the Bunnings Warehouse Heartland Championship. It's the 8th and final round of the competition, and while both sides are out of the running for semi-finals, there is still plenty on the line this afternoon. Today we play for pride, for history, and for one of New Zealand's oldest domestic rugby trophies, the Rundle Cup. First contested back in 1910, the Rundle Cup honours William Arthur Rundle, who gave his life on the battlefield during the First World War. Stands not only as the oldest domestic rugby trophy, one of the oldest domestic rugby trophies in the country, but also the oldest domestic competition between two provinces. Teams are out there, we're all ready to go. Slight breeze at the backs of West Coast as the rain is falling. And it is Burgess who is about to get us underway when referee Will Todd blows his whistle, and here we go. Burgess goes long into the 22. Exit from Buller. Pushes up towards the 40. And Coast are going to have the first chance at a set piece. It's going to be number 3, Ben Alexander, goes long, finds Gibbons, who is a late entry into the side. Salmaki crashes up over the 40. Halfback Josh Burgess. Coast rolling around the corner. Sione. Burgess back open. Lloyd. Cam Burgess goes wide, finds the ground, and slippery in touch. Good defence by the Buller boys there. And the ball has been called forward out of the hands of Cameron Burgess, and we're going to see our first scrum contest of the day. So first opportunity for Coast, goes begging here in this Rundle Cup encounter, and Buller going to have a chance to exit. Halfback Matt Soper feeds the scrum. Good even contest first up. Comes short side. Oh, good step by the fullback. Hewitt Smart. Crash through the middle there, Buller. Through Taylor. Soper. Same way, finds their captain Alice. There's the first 5, Blair, controlling, go wide. Oh, find some space coming up towards the halfway. Good defence by Coast, not giving Buller an inch here. Soper. Small knock on by Buller. Advantage Coast in the early stages. Buller looking to run it out of their own end. Going width to width. It's good signs, it's good rugby. Although conditions are slippery, the rain has just halted here at John Sturgeon Park. Josh Burgess is going to get the opportunity for West Coast's first scrum. 40 out from their own line. Short side, Lloyd pops it back to Burgess. Cameron Burgess. Oh, Mun. Oh, pass finds the ground. Knock on Buller. Coming back on the Coast side. Small error by Buller. They had a sniff there. It was a wayward pass by the fullback Munn. West Coast get a lucky escape there.
Looks like we're live. We've just had another technical issue going on there, but welcome everyone. I'm Alan Monk and you're with Nick Cumming. You're at the Rundle Cup, West Coast first Buller. Pass you back to Nick.
Yeah, Coast, this is their second opportunity. Burgess Finds Salmaki in the midfield, goes long, finds Munn out wide, step shows, ball in 2 hands, Munn.
No, that's fine. Pulled out.
Coast using their width early. Kagi crashes up through the middle. Burgess distributing well. Finds Sione. Buller over the ball. Can't get it. Salmaki out the back. Burgess. Smith. Smith playing on the wing today. Coast. Good defence by Buller. Not giving Coast an inch here. Salmaki out the back. Finds Kagi. Kagi show. Go. Pops his head through. Munn. Coast. Munn around the outside. He's going to back himself in the corner. And the flag goes up. West Coast busts through. Kagi with the ball in 2 hands, but that's good defence by Buller.
Yeah, we said before the game that Kagi was going to be the danger man. Munn had a bit of work to do, and great defence there by the fullback for Buller, Fletcher Hewitt-Smart. Good tackle there and into the sideline.
Yeah, a couple of touches early. Hewitt-Smart already in this game. Ellis goes to the front. Buller set them all. Set at the back there for Soper. Soper finds Hands. Crashing up in the midfield, calling his troops around. Hands it back to Blair, who finds his exit. Not out. Here we go, Cameron Burgess on the counter-attack. Munn. It's been exciting early on. Nathan Smith cuts back in. Good carry.
No blue.
Buller over the ball, but referee Will Todd says no. 16, Arnie Gibbons. He was a late entry into this game. Carrying an AC joint injury. Salmaki busts his head through. Can't get the ball away.
Released it.
Over the ball is Ellis. Coast. Burgess. Short side. The tackle slipped high on Robinson.
High tackle.
Looks like a high tackle there. Referee Will Todd, West Coast will be used to him. Had him the last couple of times here in Greymouth.
10 blue, high tackle.
So we're interested to see what they do here. Burgess looks like he's going to be going for the corner. They want points. They want to take it to Buller.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mentioned earlier when we were off air that today they are playing for pride and history with the Rundle Cup on the line. And although both of these sides are out of semi-final contention, this is a huge battle on the coast and one of New Zealand's oldest domestic trophies up for grabs. So both sides have plenty to play for.
Yeah, absolutely. You're judged on your season when you played Buller. Sometimes it didn't matter as long as you beat your rivals. And Westport, they'll be thinking the exact same thing.
Absolutely. Here's Valval, pokes his nose through. Good carry. Benny Valval, West Coast enter the 5 metres now, playing under advantage. Burgess skips it out. Coast inching closer to the line. The hands go up. Short.
Try West Coast. Not sure who's come up with it, but referee Will Todd, he was calling held up, but yeah, Buller not happy about that.
No, Buller shaking their head. Hopefully we can get a small replay on that and see who's come up with the ball, but West Coast strike first in the Rundle Cup.
Yeah, great start by West Coast. They've held a lot of ball, managed to play inside Buller's territory at the moment, and they are looking rather sharp, I must say.
Yeah, as we've already mentioned, there's a lot to play for, and the season for both of these teams, it doesn't matter how you go in that Heartland Championship. If you can beat your rivals, it is classed as a successful season. West Coast got the spoils last year.
Yeah, I think West Coast have held it for the last couple of years.
Pushes it wide, Burgess. No, I think actually, Al, sorry to correct you, but Buller had it the year before last, but they are always close encounters.
Well, I know it's definitely been in West Coast for the last 12 months because the Paraa Hotel has actually got the trophy cabinet with the Rundle Cup. It's been drunk out of a few times over the last couple of months. Hopefully it'll be there again there tonight.
Blair gets us back underway. Good short kick. Comes back on the Buller side, but not quite 10. So we're going to come back for a scrum on halfway. Small error there by James Blair. I thought it was going to creep over.
Yeah, unlucky there. Buller, and a great attacking opportunity for West Coast. They'll be looking for Kagi early, I would say.
Yeah, Malachi Kagi poked his nose through a couple of times. He's looking dangerous. He's got his centre pairing Salmaki back with him today. He looks good with the ball in two hands. So got Burgess and Moon lined up behind the scrum. Good solid platform by Coast.
Munn normally at halfback is looking very dangerous at fullback today.
Here we go. Burgess decides to kick long. Taken after the ball.
Late tackle.
Yeah, and referee Will Todd picks that up. So penalty, late tackle. Coast go quick. It's Kagi in the far corner. Malachi Kagi. Here we go. West Coast on the roll again. Arnie Gibbons crashes in the number 16 jersey. Big boys getting to work. Burgess finds Ben Alexander. Coast through their number 4, Moala. Tomlinson, the vice skipper out of the West Club. Coast getting a roll on now. Sione. Quick ball. Oh, magic out the back. Here's Cameron Burgess. Coast playing under advantage now.
No 7.
Same way. Ball hits down, but we're going to come back and...
A lot of infringing there from Buller. I think Will Todd, is he reaching for his pocket? He's saying 12 offside.
Yeah, it's 3 times 12, but 10 generally.
Yeah, he's given his final warnings there to Anthony Ellis to tell his troops that we can't have any more of that down here. West Coast applying the pressure.
Just checking out to see if our listeners can hear the referee, Will Todd, and it sounds like you can. So, yeah, last warning there for Buller for repeat infringement there. Saying number 12, Joel Hands, the latest infringement. West Coast, 5 metres out to throw.
Alexander goes long. Finds Gibbons, his former teammate. Alexander wrap around the back. Coast march into the 5. Val pokes his nose through. He's a hard man to stop. Here the big boys are getting to work. Moala's over. Try. West Coast.
Moala, absolutely fantastic. The wraparound from Alexander there off the line out. And Buller meeting them with some fierce defence. But Moala managing to scamper over about 10 metres, 5 metres out from the sideline there. Tough kick there for Burgess ahead of us. But West Coast looking really strong. They managed to recycle Pill, getting a few faces together, and they managed to find some holes in the Buller defence.
Yeah, they're playing down the right areas of the field, Alan. Buller opting to try and run it out of the area end a couple of times, but the Wests boys, 3 Wests boys combining there, albeit Ben Alexander coming in as a player of origin now. He was a Wests junior and he's played for the West Club most of his life, so they'll be happy with that. Burgess, can he get this one right? Not quite.
Right. Good conditions today, Nick. Pretty overcast. It has been raining. A little bit of wetness on the feet there, but overall pretty good conditions here. No wind.
Yeah, a little bit slippery underfoot, but I'm sure with the weather we've had here on the coast, players won't be complaining. And Blair gets us back underway. Makes the 10 this time. Finds Gibbons. Good take. Tomlinson carries out. Strong carry. Good defence by Buller. Cameron Burgess says, let's get out of here. Midfield. Good take by Hewitt Smart. Blair opts to run. Good carry. Buller up to the halfway now. Alice pokes his nose, gets rid of one, gets rid of two. Still going, Anthony Alice. Oh, could be an advantage there. Smith just caught in the line of that pass. Buller playing with advantage now. Let's see what they can do with it. Alice again. He's a hard man to stop. Soper distributing well. Chip, hands. Finds some grass, but Munn collects. And we come back for the penalty. Nathan Smith just caught in an unlucky position there, Alan.
Yeah, Will Todd playing a long advantage there. But Buller, this is their first real opportunity to attack, and Anthony Ellis is taking the ball up and showing the rest of his players where he wants to be in this game. Managing to recycle some ball, and this will be the first opportunity for Buller to put West Coast under the pump and see if they can meet Buller's attack.
Yeah, great kick there by James Blair. Puts Buller about 10 out from their own line, so real attacking opportunity here as they walk into this line out. Coast defence is held strong most of the year. They've had a couple of slip-ups in the last few weeks around that ruck. I'm sure they will have addressed that. Alice goes long. He finds to tie. Ball is at the back. Oh, it's a hooker's dream here. Buller marching into the 5 now and still going. Holding strong, Alice pulls it off the back. Taken well. Val holds him up. Need some strong defence here for the Coast boys. Buller, but hands comes crashing in. Good defence by Nathan Smith. Here we go, they're going to go wide, Buller. Spin it, Hewitt smart. Finds the 14. Good defence, slowly pushing them back. Alexander comes out of the line. Advantage, too slow to get out of there.
Yeah, West Coast managing to take away Buller's space. Ben Alexander moving up quickly, but unfortunately they just held on a little bit too long there. Calling a scrum, ready to attack.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit confused with these Buller wingers, but it's actually Sam Jope in the number 14 jersey, not the number 11 as on our program, and Tora over in the far side, the experienced SA Tora for the Buller boys. He's been around some time.
They're actually looking pretty dangerous once they get the ball in hand, Buller. Interesting to see what way they go from here.
Soper, scrum holds strong. Come the short side through their number 8. Taylor, it's wrapped up well by Tomlinson. Phillips. It's fine, trying to disrupt it here, Coast. Here's the number 5, Havili busts through up to the 5. It's a good run by Havili. Taylor. Buller boys getting to work here as they approach the 5. To tie. Havili with the headband. Crashing in hard, sneaking around the corner. Coast trying to get their hands on it. Val trying to disrupt things. To tie again. Here they go. Blair finds Jope, crashes hard. Cargie over the ball. And Malachi Cargie gets a big turnover for West Coast.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant work there from Cargie. Buller looking dangerous with Havili managing to take it up strong. But West Coast equal to the task. They'll be really happy with that turnover from Cargie. Give them the time to breathe. Burgess will be looking for carve off some metres here and maybe get back into Buller territory.
Hasn't found touch, Burgess. Jope. Buller on the attack here. They're going to opt to run this back. Hewitt smart. Fancy footwork. 30 out. To tie, busts through, pokes his nose. Good carries by Buller. Blair going out to that wing of Tora. Good width by Buller, setting up in the middle. Alice is going to carry strong, but Coast coming and meeting him. But Alice keeps going. Brushes off 1-2. That's a good run, Anthony Alice. Quick ball by Buller now. Getting a little bit caught up. Loose ball. Val drives the number 13, Schubach, towards the sideline. Hewitt Smart finds Taylor in the midfield. Getting his hands on a lot there, Taylor. Buller using the width well. Torta in the number 11 jersey, as I mentioned, and knock on.
I'll be disappointed with that. Buller taking it up through Anthony Ellis. He's really impressing me so far.
Yeah, he's leading from the front, the skipper. He's well experienced and he's making some strong carries. It was really upsetting the West Coast defence, but overall I think they're holding strong there, West Coast.
Yeah, they are. Cameron Burgess is a little bit guilty this season of not finding touch when it's crucial for West Coast, and that's just an example of that there, putting the pressure back on his team. But yeah, he'll be looking to make sure of this kick, I would say, today, right now.
Yeah. Spot on out, here we go. This is Josh Burgess feeding the scrum. No relation between Josh and Cameron, I hear. Lloyd pulled down, penalty Coast. So this is that chance for Burgess to find touch, settle things.
West Coast will be absolutely wrapped with that scrum. A few new guys coming into the fold, and they're lacking front rowers, and so I'll be really happy that they're meeting Buller and equal to the feet. Referee Todd's telling prop Hammond, I think, to keep his elbow up there.
Alexander goes long, too long this time, over the head of Arnie Gibbons. Buller carrying it strong carry up to the 40. They've got numbers out here if they can use it. They choose not to in the hands of Taylor. Advantage over for knock on, Sam Jope. Buller cricket opening bowler, Sam Jope. Captain as well, I believe. Blair can't find anyone, gets smothered by Alexander. Rather Coleman that was. Ball backwards. Pokes his nose through. Nielsen, is it? Alice again, another strong carry, but met well by the coast skipper Lloyd. Harvili, ball in two hands. Pokes his nose through. Good meters by these Buller boys. Buller forwards rolling now, well into their half. Inside, advantage, knock on, penalty, slap down, Cargie.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Will Todd's not looking to the pocket there. Normally that there is yellow card. Camo for a
yeah,
maybe it wasn't intentional.
It's probably deemed, if it's an intentional, if there's that man overlap. I'm not sure what the ruling is there with
but
the inside ball.
Anthony Ellis and Caleb Havili working like pistons there, Buller side, managing to punch through the West Coast defence and setting a great platform here. Buller now about 15 metres out from West Coast line, looking to attack, full line out.
Yeah, right in front of us here, Anthony Ellis. Another attacking line out for Buller. As they trail 10-0 midway through the first half. Finds Nelson. Coast meeting them all well and making some yards here on Buller. Hand down by referee Will Todd. Buller have to use it through hands. Carries well, gets advantage for the head high. Ball spits out the back. Buller going to go wide. They'll find Tora. Tora on the outside. Back inside Hewitt Smart. And we're going to come back. 15 out in front. What are Buller going to do here?
12 high tackle.
Yeah, they have turned down the 3 points a couple of times. Anthony Ellis deciding to take the 3, and I think it's a smart call from him.
Yeah, I agree. I think get back within 1 try, and this will be bread and butter for James Blair. 15 out right in front, no breeze.
Buller guilty early on of giving away penalties, but now it's just starting to creep into the West Coast defence at the moment. They've got to be careful as well.
Yeah, the West Coast defence is holding strong, but they need to get rid of those penalties. They don't want to lose a man. Give Buller that confidence that they well need at the moment. So straight through, James Blair, as I mentioned, bread and butter for a man of his ability. And West Coast lead 10-3 with about 20 to go in the first half. Burgess goes long, finds Jope. Jope crashes, met well by West Coast defence. Arnie Gibbons, that is. Taylor. Exit by Soper. As far as Munn. Munn takes it on the halfway. Good chase there and tackle by Walsh. Coast setting things on the short side. Alexander with the ball over the top. Arnie Gibbons driven towards the sideline. Val now. Val with a strong carry gets his arm free. Sione. Alexander. Coast looking to come back. Val's dangerous through the ruck. Ball goes down. And it is going to be a penalty. Holding on.
I just think West Coast are trying to push that pass a little bit. They're recycling the ball very quickly, but they're not really setting any platforms there, and they're trying to give away loose ball. And I think Buller are equal to the task. They're getting a man over the ball and managing to get the turnover.
Yeah, I agree. Val is extremely... Oh, the ball hasn't found touch. It's a horrid kick off the side of the boot as far as Cam Burgess, who opts to run. Cargie's going to kick instead, and that looks like it's going to go on the full too. Interesting tactic for Burgess to run and Cargie to kick.
Yeah, unusual from Cargie. He really loves getting that ball in hand and trying to free those arms up. So, yeah, unsure of the tactic there. Burgess would have been far better off peeling one into the corner there.
Yeah, it's going to give Buller another opportunity. 40 out. Take a moment to touch on some of our sponsors as we wait for this line out. Rowan Mining, Health New Zealand, Paroa Hotel, our great sponsors as always. Here we go. Havili with the headband. Good carry. Short side. Hewitt smart. Tora puts it on the foot. Can he get the bounce? Tora! Oh, that's brilliant. No! Oh, who is that? Benny Val, the magic man, comes up with an absolute try saver.
So that's a complete coach killer there. Tora did everything. Buller hard on attack. Chip and chase. He'll be annoyed at himself.
Look here, he just had to put the ball down. Tora, he tried to make it easier for his kicker, and he's come up with the spoils. Burgess goes long down to the 40. Lucky escape for Coast there.
Yeah, the gods on the West Coast side
That's
at the moment.
Nielsen ball to ground. Taylor. Hewitt smart out the back. Buller calling for a high shot. Alice is there. Finds Blair. Good footwork and the ball comes on Coast side. Munn cleans that up. Oh, taken. Good scramble there by Havili, but we're going to come back for the knock-on.
Yeah, we did say that the conditions were quite good, but it must be a little bit more slippery out there than it looks like from the sideline, because both teams not taking the tackle well and spilling the ball in the tackle. So yeah, don't know what the punishment will be for Tora on the bus ride home to Westport today.
There could be a few there if Buller don't come away, or if they don't come away within 7. But that's a real coach killer for Coach Craig Adams. Big Red. It's a great Buller man, Big Red. He'll be looking for his side to finish the season on the high with a Rundle Cup.
Big Red used to play on the wing. He wouldn't have put that one down, I don't think. Oh, big hit on
good
Mark.
hit by Jope. Turnover Buller to tie. He's been in the thick of it this game. Buller offside. Taylor scrambling around, trying to poke his nose through. Still going. Taylor. Soper goes to short side, and Blair wants to put one on the foot. And we're going to come back for the offside. 38 out in front.
Number 3, Ben Alexander there. He's impressed me so far, Alexander. He hasn't played a lot of footy for West Coast this championship, but yeah, he really is taking it to the Buller side. And Buller opting to go for the kick through James Blair.
Yeah, born and bred Hokitika man out of the West Club. He's moved over to the Canterbury area playing for Darfield, and he's come back out to help the coast out in the later ends of this Heartland Championship. So James Blair lines one up, 38 out in front, no real breeze to speak of. He's got the distance, but he's got the accuracy. So Buller move to 6, West Coast 10. They close the gap. And Coast, as we've mentioned, Al, just giving away a few too many penalties in their own half.
Yeah, they are giving away a few too many penalties, Camo. But great escape there. Managing to come away with only 3 points. They'll be thankful. Both teams looking to put on some points right before the half. This last 10 minutes will be important.
Burgess goes long again. It's well taken there by Nielsen. Buller to just set it up through the middle. Shaping for a box kick. Goes high, Mun's under it. Takes it well, Mun. Normally a halfback, but he's a talented player. Coast, Alexander. The man who gave that penalty. Coast playing under penalty advantage now. Burgess goes to Arnie Gibbons, the big man in the middle. They've got numbers if they want to use it here. Salmaki pushes it wide. Smith, Tomlinson. And we're going to go a new penalty. Offside.
I'm not sure if that's much an advantage from where that first penalty was, but
they're going to give them the option here. And they're going to choose to take this one for a high tackle. So Burgess will be hoping to find touch in and around the 22.
Yeah, great attacking opportunity here. About 17 metres out from Buller goal line. 8.5 minutes to go before the half.
Yeah, Mun's impressed me at the back. Started the season at halfback, but pushed around the squad, and Coast go long. Tomlinson, rather Lloyd takes that as they set up the more, marching into good momentum here by Coast. Storming forward, balls at the back. Burgess is calling for it. Has Salmaki outside him. Salmaki and Kagi. Salmaki pokes his nose through. Still steaming towards the line. It's a Salmaki. Burgess, Smith. Smith gets the offload. Cameron Burgess in the corner. Try West Coast.
Oh, fantastic play from West Coast there. Right from the kickoff. The West Coast full-pack setting it up.
Let's have a look on the versatile replay. It's Salmaki driving forward. It's a hard man to stop.
Nathan Smith did very well there to free up the hands to Burgess. And Samaki, just a white line fever. He was going for it. Hard man to stop that far out. But yeah, managing to get it out. Josh Burgess, fantastic try.
And West Coast come up with points again when they put themselves in good areas of the field. They have some talented ball runners, the red and whites, and Burgess 0 from 2 today. Will be looking to convert his own try here, 5 in from the left-hand touchline. He's got that one right. Cameron Burgess converts his own try. West Coast extend their lead. West Coast 17, Buller 6.
West Coast will be wrapped with that try about 6.5 minutes out from half time. It'll be important to take this kick-off receipt and get out of their own territory now.
Yeah, speaking of half-time, stick around. We have an interview with the legend John Sturgeon that will be getting played during the half-time break, a real legend of West Coast rugby. So stick around for that and hear some great stories from his past. Mun. Back to the action. Short side Tomlinson.
Tackler in the way. Okay, use it!
Josh Burgess has it at the back. It's on the box kick. Goes high. Hewitt smart rather. That's Schubuck. Puts it forward. Drops it. Advantage Coast again. Scrum on the halfway.
Yeah, just a couple of unforced errors there from Buller, just giving West Coast that ability to be able to attack. And yeah, they'll be looking to attack, my guess, setting a platform through Samaki and then getting it wide to Kagi.
Yeah, Salmaki and Kagi have looked extremely dangerous in the midfield.
Yeah,
Even contest come scrum time so far in this one. Burgess. Coast now. A little messy. Cameron Burgess. There's Salmaki. Can he poke his nose through? Not this time. Carries up to the halfway. Back short sides. Going corner. Josh Burgess. Good kick. Pinning Buller in that right hand corner. Good exit by Buller, who's that down there, the fullback. Hewitt Smart relieves the pressure.
Great exit by Hewitt Smart. Then, just like we said, setting up through Samaki and Josh Burgess managing to pin Buller into their corner there, but great exit. West Coast line out on the, just inside the Buller half.
Coast win that, albeit scrappy. Burgess now finds his skipper Lloyd, who goes out the back. Smith finds Salmaki. Coast looking to run it from inside their own half. Salmaki bumps off one, bumps off two. Burgess goes quickly. They're going to go coast to coast here. Ball finds the ground. That's a disappointing pass by Cameron Burgess. Buller get a toe to it, but it's cleaned up there by Malachi Kagi back on the 40. Keeps his feet strong, Malachi Kagi. Coast still trying to get back behind the ball here.
Yes!
Smith carries off his wing. And turnover.
Holding on.
Nathan Smith holding on to the ball. Unlucky there.
Yeah, it looks like the turnover there by Kyle Tatai. Getting over the ball there. And this will be an excellent chance for Buller to get themselves back into this game. Down 17-6, they'll be looking for points right before the half. About 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's Matt Soper putting them down about 15 out from their own line. I've shown that they want to go to the maul when they get in this area of the park. Buller. Alice is finding Nielsen. Let's see where they go this one. Go up and they find that man Nielsen. Get it to the back. Alice has it there, peels off, bumps
Nice, seven!
off Arnie Gibbons. Buller 10 out from their own line now. West Coast defence having to hold strong. Soper
No, red.
to tie.
Blue hand back off blue.
Havili, well taken there. Tomlinson, ball spurts out the back. Playing advantage. Coast trying to upset things, but Buller scrambling well here. Back short side. Good carry by Harmond. Coast over it. That was advantage. Referee Will Todd has let it go. Burgess exits 30 out from the coastline.
Yeah, I think it was just a knock-on advantage there to Buller. So I think they played the advantage there. And yeah, good turnover there. I think it was through Tomlinson. And just to get out of jail free for West Coast there. They've got about a minute and a half to hold on. Looks like going for a short line out. We've got Havili out in the centres there, and he's been carrying well all day.
He sure has. Allen and Coast will be looking to hold this lead heading into the break. Buller now coming in tight. Crowd really starting to get behind the Buller team now. They've travelled the hour and a half trip south and hope for their team to take home the Rundle. Oh, ball hits the ground backwards. Jope. It's a strong runner, Jope. Wrapped up by Kagi. Ball falls down, knock on.
Yeah, Kagi hot on him there. And Will Todd calling half time.
Yeah, that is half time. Allen, West Coast lead at the break 17-6 in the 8th and final round of the Bunnings Warehouse Heartland Championship. The Rundle Cup is up for grabs. One of New Zealand's oldest provincial trophies and the oldest, I believe, played between two unions. So we're going to take a short break here from John Sturgeon Park, but stick around because during the break I caught up earlier with the legend himself, John Sturgeon, to hear his story. Let's take a listen. Well, we're here with West Coast legend John Sturgeon, getting the VIP access to the ground today, John, but you're a West Coast man through and through. Can you take us back to those younger days and tell us how growing up all along the coast shaped your rugby journey?
Well, it goes back a long way because I'll be 90 in 2 months' time, and I don't have too much trouble remembering all those early days because they were great days in rugby, and every kid on the coast played rugby in those days. It was just one of those things, and it started very early in the piece. I'd be about 8 or 9, I suppose, when I played for the school, and then and we travelled from the east coast because my dad was a rock tunneler, and he built some of those tunnels around from Kaikoura to, I don't know what the bays around the coastline there. And when they were finished, we came to the coast, and I finished up in Te Kinga. And in those days we had enough for a team, I think, but if we had to have reserves, we picked the biggest girls to fill in. So it's all started there. And I played with the Dawson boys who had great records, and Arthur Dawson just died 12 months ago. And he was over 90, wasn't he? 92. But anyway, and I've been involved with him, and today one of our great second 5/8s, his grandson has just turned up here along with David Kirk, and it's just been another lovely little day. So I've been quite happy. I played for all the schools that I went to, from Te Kinga to Harry, and then we went up to the Buller, which the Buller boys all class me as theirs, and I don't know why. I put up with a lot of rubbish from them, actually, and I only hope we can beat the tail off them today out here on the park.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, before your time as a manager and as administrator, you did pull on those boots yourself, as you mentioned. You know, the juniors through Blaketown, and then playing for the United club in the senior side. What did that period mean to you during those days?
What did it mean to me? Well, I went there from Blaketown because when I come here for a start, I come from the Buller to Greymouth to serve my apprenticeship as a motor mechanic. And then I got chased to play for Blaketown, and I wasn't making the grade as far as a player went because Blaketown had a pretty good side actually. I'm sitting here today with Brian McInerney, who played in what year was that, Brian? 1954. We played together against the Nelson team, and Brian's a patron. He's still there. He's 92 this year, are you? No? You're not? I thought you'd take the extra year that I was giving you. But anyway, he didn't do that. So I wasn't going to play anymore. And a couple of friends of mine that played for United came to me because they were short. And I finished up playing for them for 14 years. And I really enjoyed that. And then finished up club captain and finished up on the West Coast Rugby Union. And
yeah, and I guess going from that into that administrating role through the 1980s, you had various roles with New Zealand Colts, managing rather New Zealand Colts, New Zealand Sevens, and the Northern Maldies.
1987 was when I'd been chairman of the West Coast Rugby Union for 4 years prior to that, and they it was suggested by a whole lot of people that didn't know much about it, didn't know what they were putting me into, but I was on the New Zealand Rugby Union for 9 years.
Yeah, and then obviously
in that time, I managed the Northern Maori side, the South Island divisional side with Lester Rutledge. He was the coach and I was the manager, and the captain was the coach of today of the Crusaders. I thought you'd be able to tell me, eh? Rob Penny. Rob Penny was our captain because at that stage he was the CEO of Marlborough, and he made that divisional side.
And then obviously a year later or a couple of years later, you made the big time, and between 88 and 91, you stepped into managing the All Blacks.
87, I looked after the New Zealand Colts and various other jobs I had for that first World Cup. And David Kirk is here with us today, and he was he finished up the captain of that 87 World Cup side, which was really, really good. Yeah, so I don't see much of David, but we can reminisce pretty good.
Absolutely. And then I guess if we fast forward, you're now a life member of New Zealand Rugby Union and the West Coast Rugby Union and a few others.
Yeah.
What do those life memberships mean to you?
I was pretty proud of those. They're pretty hard to get, really, and you've got to spend a lot of time. And I was pretty happy to be made a life member of the old United Rugby Club here in Greymouth, because it had been going forever, hadn't it, Brian?
Oh, yeah.
1898, I think I read the other day. Did you? In the 1800s. Yeah, well, anyway, I finished up with a life member of that club, which I was pretty proud of.
Yeah, and that comes off the back of your multiple years being president at the New Zealand Rugby Union. Must have bumped shoulders with some household names during that time.
Oh yes, I have actually. I've still got some real good mates like the Zindan Brooks and the Grant Foxes. John Kerwin's one of my better mates, or one of my mates. I'll put it that way. Joe Stanley is a very good mate of mine, and these guys ring me up quite regularly, along with Andy Earle, Graham Bashop. I had him as a Colt, and again in the All Blacks. He was a very good player too, Graham Bashop. So was Andy Earl. By hell, he was a strong man. And that was all pretty good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and then finally, to top it off, in 2018, rugby or the former rugby park here in Greymouth was renamed John Sturgeon Park in your honour. And I know you've said it to me multiple times that you believe there's many men or many people that could have had that title, but I guess that's a testament to yourself and the humble man that you are. But what does it mean to have your name on a park that holds so much pride and legacy for the West Coast Rugby?
Well, I didn't agree to that change in name for a start, and I debated with the hierarchy of the West Coast Rugby Union whether my name should be up there or others. And I'm sitting here today in my car waiting on this game to start, and Brian McInerney is with me, and it could have been McInerney Park because his dad was for many years on the West Coast Rugby Union. His brother played for the New Zealand Colts, who went by boat to Ceylon. Yeah, but they went on. They went boat. They went boat, and that was Brian's brother, and he went on one of Colin Mease's first tours. So there's a hell of a lot of history here, and people say to me, why are you still on the coast? Well, I'm on the coast because it's the place to be for me. Simple as that.
Yeah, you are a proud West Coast man. And John, it's been a privilege hearing your memories and your insights today from your journey back on the coast all the way to the All Blacks, and then to having your name on the ground here. Your contribution to rugby is something that we're all proud of here on the coast.
I remember the All Black Players Club too, actually. I've never had a game.
Wow, absolutely. I think there's a little story behind that one too, if we touch on it. Was there a few other names that got presented that day?
Yeah, there was actually. There was Richie McCaw. It took place in London after a test match in London. And there was Richie McCaw and Dan Carter and Graham Henry. We were made life members of that club at that after-match function in London.
Yeah, I think I've heard of those blokes. But on behalf of everyone listening, John, thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for everything you've given to our great game in New Zealand and on the coast.
Thanks very much, Nick. Very good.
Blair gets us underway. Gibbons takes it.
Gibbons been strong under the ball today.
West Coast leading 17-6. Buller turnover. Marching in to their 22. Through their halves, Soper and Blair finding Hewitt Smart out wide, well taken by Munn. Alice lining up in the midfield there, but it's going to be Havili. Short ball. Looks like Ben Pratt who's come onto the field for Buller. Hands. He's been carrying strong this game. Back short side through Alice. Indeed it is Ben Pratt who's joined the game. Have a look for any more changes that have happened over this half-time break. Small knock on through Blair, picked up by Cargie. Coast looking to get out of their own end, but they're going to run it through Cameron Burgess. He's got some pace, but Nathan Smith puts it to the toe. Good exit. Pushes his side up towards the halfway line.
Buller coming out of the sheds, firing on all cylinders. They've managed to take it to West Coast early. Now they've got an attacking line just inside West Coast territory, looking for the short ball. Some silky hands from the forwards and the backs in Buller. A few changes there by the looks of things. Number 17 on Stephen Crackett for the Buller side.
We've got Buller coach here, Big Red. Red, what was the chat at half time to the Buller boys?
Well, we've got to control what we can, really. There's a lot of sort of disappointment out there with how everything's going, but it's up to them to change it, really. And you probably noticed, and I haven't heard your commentary, but no doubt you talked about our ill discipline, and we just allowed them to get down the field really, Nick, and so we just want to fix it up and just control what we can, you know, like if we can control some phases, we're going alright, we're looking alright on attack, but like defence wise, they're defending, West Coast are defending hardly, mate. They're playing well, started way better than us, so yeah, crack in.
Yeah, absolutely, Red. We mentioned that. Few errors coming in from both sides, but your boys are looking strong and creating plenty of opportunities, and here we go. Puts one on the toe, Shoebuck. Burgess down there cleaning up. Is it going to come out on the...
Red, we were mentioning, before you go, that had you had that opportunity in the corner there, you wouldn't have dropped that ball, mate.
I never would have got there.
West Coast exiting.
Thanks very much, Craig Adams. A good buller man, Craig Adams. And here we go, back to the action now. Blair goes wide, taken by Robinson, who takes the mark. Gone quickly. And that one is almost straight into touch. So Buller are going to get a good attacking opportunity. 30 out from their line early in the second half.
Yeah, James Blair looking to plug that corner there, but Taylor Robinson equal to the task. Had an opportunity to get it out West Coast territory, but failing to do so, and now good opportunity. Anthony Ellis to throw in. Tap back, Buller on attack.
Here we go, Buller through the fullback.
Centre, Shoebuck.
Sorry, shout out to our viewers on the live stream, wide and far, those joining us from the Buller, from around the coast and beyond, New Zealand and the world. It's great to have you here for the Rundle Cup. West Coast lead early in the second half, 17-6.
Normally they say Camo the first to score after half time. They're usually getting the upper hand, so Buller will look to pile on some points here, driving one into the corner through Soper.
And they do just that. Soper finds touch about 10 out, and West Coast have been guilty their last couple of games of just letting slip in the second half and letting teams back into it. So they'll be looking to do things right today and hold on to this lead. Ellis takes shape.
Looks like we've got Jack Olsen on for West Coast as well, in number 17.
Goes to the front, short side, ball spills. Disappointing by Buller, hands in his head. Coast decide to go quick. And it's Burgess who finds touch about 30 out, no, 25 out, and Buller are going to get another attacking opportunity.
Yeah, not sure if that was the right option there. West Coast looking to take it quickly. They've carved off about 7 or 8 metres now, but given back the opportunity to Buller, attacking line out.
Ellis goes along, Coast win it. Big play West Coast from Nathan Smith, carrying strong, steps back inside, beats one. Good carry, Nathan Smith. Burgess finds Cameron Burgess, who kicks long, trying to find grass. That's a fantastic kick. Turning around Hewitt Smart, who's going to run it out of his own end. He's isolated. Good tackle by Robinson. Cargie coming in to apply pressure. Coast ball. Buller spill it. Here they go. Can they get it wide, coast to coast? They're going to do just that through Mun. Shows, goes, ball in two hands. Ball to ground. Val on the edge. Strong carry, Benny Val. We have another interchange come on. Stephen Crackett for Buller. Advantage Coast. Ball to ground, cleaned up by Ben Alexander, who knows one way, and that is straight. Burgess. Cameron Burgess spots a gap. He's got good toe, but he's been guided there through a shepherd. Arnie Gibbons is not happy. We might be able to take a look at that on the Versatile replay.
Big shout out to the Versatile boys, the Mule boys down from Hokitika, for putting on this live stream. Thanks very much for the support throughout the season.
Yeah, West Coast creating opportunities. Oh, we've got Soper finding touch. Pegs it off up to the halfway, and we're going to have some more interchanges come on, and it looks like number 23, Miti Kilu.
Kalabu Dikipiki. Is that right?
Yeah, I've had a wee chat with Roo before the game, and he told me Miti Kilu.
Don't know what the K is there, mate, but we'll carry on.
Yeah, looks like but he's come on anyway for, looks like number 10, who's come off, James Blair. So, Soper. Penalty for Red is now subbed. Moala's going to come off. He's had a good game.
He has had a good game. Number 5 coming on for West Coast.
Keenan.
Out of the West Club. Not sure if he's on debut or not.
Oh, I think he had a stint up in the Thames last week.
He'll be frothing to play in the Rundle Cup. Big line out here for the Buller.
Yeah, trophy that means so much to these two provinces, the Rundle Cup. I mentioned it. I think we weren't on air at the time, but here we go, back to the action. I'll come back to that. Here's Hands. Hands finds Havili, spots a gap. He's got men outside him. Schubach wrapped up there by Nathan Smith. Soper finds Taylor. Taylor footwork carries well. Back short side, Havili again. He's carried strong today. Short side. Here we go. That's Tora this time. Oh, reaches out and try. Oh, could have been a hint of a double movement there by Tora. We're going to take a look on the versatile replay.
Yeah, Buller recycling quick ball, getting it wide through Tora. Tora, here we looking to put them back in front, and yeah, I don't know if that would be us. We'll let that one away because he gave that one to West Coast in the first half, so we'll let him have that one.
Correct, we will, and he's a great Buller man. He's represented his province for many years, Tora, and he deserves that after his unlucky try or disallowed try in the first half where he tried to make things a little easier for his kicker, but in the end resulted in a goal line dropout. So it's going to be Matt Soper to line things up from this left-hand touch line, about one in.
Yeah, 17-11. Buller strike first after half-time, important points, and he'll be looking to nail this extra 2.
It's looking good, but he's going to be pushing it to the right. So the scores remain West Coast 17, Buller 11, 30 to go in this Rundle Cup Round 8 Bunnings Heartland Championship fixture.
Whatever Craig Adams has said to his boys at half-time, they've responded well. West Coast barely been inside the Buller 22 for the second half, so we're looking to drive one deep.
Yeah, we mentioned the second half has kind of slipped away from West Coast the last few weeks. But Cameron Burgess goes long, finds Hewitt Smart, puts it out around 35 out from the coastline. So attacking opportunity for West Coast here.
They've made a few changes in the full pack there, West Coast. It'll be interesting to see if their line out responds to these changes. No changes in the West Coast back line.
Alexander finds Val through the middle now. S.A. Samaki carries strong. Havili over the top trying to slow things down. Arnie Gibbons pokes his nose through. There's a boot flying out in front of us. Tomlinson, good carry. West Coast now marching towards the 22. Lloyd out the back finds Burgess. Malachi Kagi offloads. Who's that? Valval in the corner. Try! Benny Valval!
The Kagi Valval combination, we've seen it all year. Fantastic try.
Oh, as we look here, Kagi pokes his nose through, finds Cameron Burgess inside, who finds Benny Valval out wide, and he's scored a couple in that corner this year already, Benny Valval.
Yeah, fantastic player, Benny Valval. He really has put his mark in this West Coast team, played well all season. He'll be wrapped getting a meat pie in the corner, making it 22-11. Josh Burgess has come into his own, I'd say, in the second half as well.
He's looking dangerous with ball in hand, Josh Burgess. Signs of round one when he absolutely tore King Country to shreds in that game. Cameron Burgess, that was, sorry, too many Burgesses. Josh Burgess has had a good season too. So here we go, Cameron Burgess lines us up from the left-hand touchline. Strikes it well. Pushes it to the right. So
looks like we've got a change for the Buller side. Rowan Nielsen coming off. Just looking to see who's replaced him there. Is it number 19?
18, Devlin Pratt.
Devlin Pratt.
So West Coast extend their lead, 22, Buller 11.
And we've got Ben Pratt on as well. And Buller number 19, down to Kagi.
Kagi. Chip taken out, penalty. Yeah, you can't be doing that. That's just those silly mistakes that Coach Craig Adams was speaking to us about. Buller, they're not out of this game, and they just need to find the right areas of the field and start applying pressure by pressure.
He did also mention about the silly penalties, and that's one there. They didn't need that.
Burgess puts it up to the 40. So Coast again. Going to be opting for the full line out here. Alexander. He's had a good game, Ben Alexander. He goes long, finds a skipper, Lloyd. Here we go. Malachi Kagi. Sorry, S.A. Kagi. Sorry, S.A. Salmaki. Oh, the confusion. They're too exciting. Here we go. Here's Olsen. Olsen made his debut last week up in the Thames Valley. Munn puts it on the toe. That's a good little kick. Applying pressure. Hewitt Smart cleans up. Right in front of us here, Nathan Smith trying to disrupt things. T-Ty, good carry, T-Ty. Puts Buller 25 out. Hands, puts it to the toe, goes midfield. It's going to be taken there by Burgess. Burgess finds the toe. He's got the opportunity for a 50-22. Not quite, but great kick, Cameron Burgess.
Yeah, great kick, Cameron Burgess there. And Jinho Munn, he's just looking so dangerous at the back there. You would not think he's a half-back. He's taken the ball well today. Every opportunity he's got to attack, he's done the right thing. Just putting on the foot and getting them inside the 22 there and putting pressure back on Buller. But Buller responding well. Pressure on the line out now.
Yeah, that was a great carry by Kyle to Ty to really relieve some pressure.
He's had a fantastic game to Ty. Here he is again.
Oh, Buller, 25 out. Exit there. Soper. Fires Burgess. He's quick, Burgess. Chooses to run this one. Well taken. 40 out from his line. Josh Burgess now. Ben Alexander. Another strong carry. Malachi Kagi shows. Big dummy. Gets the offload. SASL Markey fumbles but controlled. That's good defence there by Kalu. And Buller get the turnover. Oh, he puts it to the toe. Soper, good idea, but just poorly executed. Cameron Burgess gets rid of it. Oh, good play. Tomlinson just puts it out in front of Valval, and he had a little bit of open space in front of him, Valval, and we know what he can do if he gets that.
Valval will be cursing himself there. Fantastic play again by Burgess. The silky hands, and we wrap around, and Tomlinson didn't know what to do with himself. Bit of space there, had Valval on the outside, and just putting the ball down. Attacking opportunity now for Buller. lots of changes in the front row and for both teams and in the forward pack, so it'll be interesting to see how this scrum goes.
Yeah, it looks like Fletcher Hewitt Smart has moved into 5'8" for Buller, and maybe that's pushed Schubach to fullback. But reset scrum, Buller needing to play in the right areas if they're to get back into this game. They'll be wanting to score points next.
Yeah, they don't want to leave their run too late. This is a good opportunity for Buller to be able to claw back something. They're on about 2 converted tries away from taking the lead.
Yeah, we'll mention it's a great crowd here. Alan Adams' stand is packing out, and that's a penalty. Buller pulling down. Who's that against? Who's coming up there? Is it young Jack Olsen?
Yeah, he'll be annoyed at himself. But like I said, new front row. Buller taking advantage of that.
Yes.
Now Soper looking to drive into the corner, not quite carving off the metres that he'd like to.
Yeah, he's put Buller into the 22 though, but as you mentioned, Al, might have been wanting a few more metres there, but Buller's driving more. It's gone well so far this game, but missed throw, cleaned up by Arnie Gibbons. That's a rare missed throw by Anthony Ellis. Coast now through Lloyd. Lloyd steps through one. Coast exit through Cameron Burgess, straight down the middle. Buller are going to let it bounce. It's dangerous in these conditions. Hewitt Smart drops one on the toe, thinks he finds some space, but can only find Ben Alexander, who's there to clean up. Coast now on halfway. Jack Olsen met hard. That's a good tackle by Devlin Pratt, is it? No, it's Taylor. Coast put it into the 22. Is that a 50-22? Not quite.
Yeah, not quite there. The Buller at the back there haven't managed to get the returns, the kick returns executed very well, and it has put pressure on the rest of their side. I think Hewitt Smart and the other winger being Sanjope haven't really managed to get them back, but Buller have turned it over here, or managed to recycle it here.
It's Havili carrying strong again. Trying to find it at the back is Matt Soper. He puts it to the toe, goes high. Who's down there? Cameron Burgess. Looking dangerous, goes long. It's a good kick, but collected by Schubach, who puts it's come off the side of the toe. Malachi Kagi, he'll want to run it. There's Malachi Kagi, and maybe just getting ahead of himself there. No, Malachi, we don't want to see that.
Yeah, Kagi, just as a result, just a little bit of a knee in the back of the head there from Schubach there, but yeah, Kagi thinking he's back on Blake Street as a youngster, flicking one out the back there.
Might have been inspecting the mullet there of Schubach, maybe giving him a haircut, but referee Will Todd says there's nothing to it and play's going to continue on the halfway.
Kagi's not happy. Maybe you didn't see they're marking each other, these two.
The West Coast bench get up and about and getting active. Here's Buller. Hewitt Smart. Kalu carries strong but fumbles. Tomlinson cleans it up. Coast back on attack now. Turnover's good, but we're going to come back for the knock on. Buller, again, just those small errors at key opportunities.
Yeah, the unforced errors are killing Buller at the moment. They're bringing it back through Matelli, Kaladikapeki, and just managing to put it down there. But two players that have impressed me today on the West Coast side, Josh Tomlinson and Arnie Gibbons. Arnie Gibbons had one of the best games I've seen him play, managing to turn over ball, carrying well, and doing what he needs to do to set the platform for West Coast.
I couldn't agree more, Alan. Both of those boys are having barnstormers, so Burr just feeds the scrum. Good pressure applied by Buller there. Here's Cargie. Ball in his hands. He's met a good tackle by Kalu. And it looks like there could be a head knock here by someone.
I think that's a man. He's been... But I think nothing intentional there. I think that Alec Schubach has just got his head maybe in the wrong area.
Looks like Sam Jope potentially.
That is too, sorry, Sam Jope. He went back hard and...
Yeah, let's take this opportunity. I'll finish off these the sponsors of West Coast Rugby and a massive thanks to them. So I think I got up to the Pro Hotel, Alan. Fairhill Agriculture, Impact Clothing Apparel, Cochrane French Lawyers, Highpool Greymouth, Ashton Whelan's Accountants, and the Westland Milk Products. Thank you for your support of West Coast Rugby, and obviously Versatile West Coast for bringing you this live stream. I mentioned earlier as well, when we were having some slight technical difficulties earlier in the match, that the Rundle Cup is one of New Zealand's oldest provincial rivalries, the oldest trophy played between two unions.
Can you remember playing in any Rundle Cup matches?
I can actually, Alan. My first start for West Coast was here on this ground. I think you were the captain that day. My first start for West Coast, it was a terrible rainy day, and back in 2015, and we managed to win the Rundle. Back off Buller, I think they held it leading into it, and the celebrations are good, and it means a lot. You know, I came in probably a little bit blind to what the trophy meant, but you know, yourself and a few of the old heads, you know, it means a lot to this province and to both provinces really. And no, it was a great game. I think we won that game 21-7 potentially, something along those lines.
Did you score any points? No.
I think I kicked a couple of penalties, maybe a conversion. No tries for me that day. One of the few games I didn't score a try, I think. No, and
I'd like anyone to fact check that.
No, and as I mentioned, the Rundle Cup is in honour of William Arthur Rundle, who gave his life on the battlefield during World War One. He was a great man and
Great New Zealander.
Great New Zealander, absolutely, and it's great to see that in his honour that this rivalry and this trophy is still around 115 years after it was first contested.
Sam Jope just coming to the sideline then after that, maybe an HIA. I think he's been replaced by... not sure yet. Just wondering who's come on, but looks like a knock on by West Coast.
Thor Manawatu has entered game.
He's
on in the 20 jersey.
How many games would have he played for the Buller, mate?
Quite a few. I feel like I saw him...
Every time I see him named, I'm like, geez, he's not still playing, is he?
Yeah, reach a milestone a couple of weeks back. I don't know if it was 100 or 50. But yeah, he's a great Buller man as well.
Out of the Reefton club. Into first five.
Here he is. Here's that man, Manawatu. Finds Kalu short. Buller now through Taylor. Carry strong. He's had a good game. Joe Taylor. Oh, poor pass at the back there. It's a small error from Matt Soper, a rare error from Matt Soper. Tatai. He's had a good game and another strong carry. Kyle Tatai. Buller now through Ben Pratt. Manawatu comes straight on. Spilled. Loose ball. And
Another unforced error there from Buller.
here's that.
He's annoyed at himself, Zach Phillips.
Zach Phillips coming up with the error. Comes on a short line off Thor Manawatu, who's straight into this game and controlling his troops.
Buller just starting to run out of time there. Maybe pushing one past too early. They started off well, but they flatlined a little bit. West Coast will be looking to exit out of their own territory here. Burgess at the back.
Yeah, Burgess has controlled territory well in the second half, and that's a good scrum by Buller. Messi at the back through Lloyd. Burgess is having to come into half back. He finds Tomlinson. Tomlinson pokes his nose through. Mun Val carries high and carries strong. Benny Val, good meters. Here's West Coast. Lloyd. Oh, Jack Olsen. No, it's the number 5, Jackson Keenan. Crunched, but it's a high tackle. So we're going to have a penalty on halfway in the centre of the field.
Yeah, he thought he was just going to carry a little bit there, but Keenan met by a wall of Buller's defence.
Just creeps that one out. That's a good result, up to the 22. So West Coast hot on attack now. 15 to go in this Rundle Cup fixture. It's going to be Ben Alexander to throw. We're looking at Arnie Gibbons to get up here. And it is Arnie Gibbons. Coast recycler Alexander wraps around the back. Off to Salmaki. Crashes in the midfield. Coast into the 22 now. Here's Arnie Gibbons. Late entry into the side. He's been carrying a shoulder injury, but it's a tough game to miss the Rundle Cup. Burgess. Good line speed here by Buller, but Cargie thinks he spots a gap, offloads. Val in that corner. Val straight through. He's got a double. Benny Val is hard to stop.
Benny Val. They're going to have to name that corner after him.
Let's have a look on the replay. Cargie, not much going. It's Robinson rather gets his arm free, and Benny Val beats 1, beats 2, takes 3 over the line. And West Coast extend their lead now to 16 with a kick to come.
Benny Val loves it out on that wing. Didn't mind doing that myself sometimes from time to time there. Come over, I didn't really have the same white line fever as Benny Val has.
No, all the same head to here.
Yeah, I'd kill for a head of crop of hair like that right now. Thinking about making a trip to Turkey actually.
Oh, that's a great try by Val and Coast. Their first real opportunity in the second half. Buller giving away a penalty on halfway, and Burgess finding touch, 22 out. He lines this one up, 15 in. And it's straight through. So the score pushes out West Coast 29, Buller 11. We have about 12 minutes left in the first half, in the second half, sorry.
Yeah, that was an important kick there from Burgess, just putting the pressure back onto Buller. Buller going to need more than 2 converted tries now to get within reach of West Coast. 29-11 Buller.
Thor Manawatu takes over the kicking duties, goes short, finds Arnie Gibbons, who takes it well. He's crunched by Harvili. And this is better by Coast. Finds Hewitt Smart at the back. Buller put it on the toe. Schubuck, that's a good nudge, trying to play in the right areas. Taken by Mun, who puts it out at around the 45. So
yeah, better play by Schubuck there. They have failed a couple of times at the back, but that's all they need to do is put into the West Coast 22 and then force West Coast to kick receipt. And now they've got a good attacking line out there. They'll be looking for Harvili and their big forwards in the centres there.
yeah, Alice, that is. Contest is good, so Coast have disrupted this one. Can Buller get it back? Referee says no, but taken in by Coast.
Yeah, a bit lucky there, saying not a maul. Blue scrum.
So Buller will be wanting to get some points out of this. Close this gap, and as we've mentioned, there is a lot of unforced errors on both sides, so if they can continue to play in the right areas of the field, there is still time. Buller scrum looking strong now. Against front rows coming on. Soper finds Manawatu. They've gone wide to Tora. Ball to ground. Kagi cleans it up. West Coast have it. Disappointing again by Buller. Another unforced error. Tomlinson carries strong again. Munn, Burgess, Gibbons. They're going to go wide. Buller fly up on Robinson, but he does well to maintain possession. Coast through Olsen. Burgess, small chip over the top. Oh, well cleaned up there by Buller, but we're going to come back for a penalty. And
yeah, I'm not sure what Will Todd's. Oh, he's calling time off. Maybe a high shot over there. Players from both teams on the ground. Cramps all round. It's been a tough match. Very physical. You'd expect that in this game.
Yeah, that's Ben Alexander. Looks like he's got some cramp over on the far side. He's had a great game, Ben Alexander.
He has.
And the number 3 jersey.
He's been asked to step up. And he's received it well. Played a fantastic game. He's carried well and he's tackled hard. He's been hard to put down as well.
I can take this moment as well to bring you some other score lines from around the Heartland Championship. Warrapa Bush have got up over Poverty Bay 29-24. Mid Canterbury have given North Otago an absolute thumping 47-7. Jeez, they're looking good, Mid Canterbury this year. South Canterbury are up, or have won actually, just finished 31-21 over the Haurawhanua Kapiti, and Thames Valley have beaten Wanganui. But what do we got here? Red card.
We've got a red card here. Number 23. You're going to give that a crack, mate?
Yeah, that's Miti Kalu, according to Mr. Roo. But he has been given a red card. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted there, and it's not what Coach Craig Adams would have wanted with 10 to go.
Chris O'Malley on the far side there. I think giving a bit of advice to referee Will Todd there. Just going to see if we can get a report on what happened there. He'll be disappointed in himself.
So Burgess goes long but doesn't find touch again. Cameron Burgess, and gives Buller the escape they need. Hands finds Hewitt. Smart shapes the kick, chips over top. Hands rushing through, gets the bounce, but spills it forward. That was good play by Buller. Oh, and they've got a lucky escape. High tackle. They go quick through Soper. Manawatu, and they've spilled it again.
They'll be disappointed in themselves there. Hot on attack. Another unforced error. That's really killed them today, Buller.
Yeah, just too many handling errors. They got away with the first one with Will Todd ruling a high tackle, but they go quick. It's exciting to watch, but you've got to execute. And they spilt it in the middle there. So they are looking to chance their arm. They're not going to die wondering, Buller. It's a great pickup by Joel Hands. Ball on the toe by Fletcher, Hewitt, Smith.
So we've got some changes coming on for the Buller team. Number 16, Toby Trickett. Number 22, don't know if that looks like Vilamai Akutoa there. And number 21 is not, well, 21's already on. I'm not sure really who they are because I've already got
21, I'm told, is Wallace. So,
Okay.
yeah, Wallace and Manawatu switch jerseys. I'm not sure why.
Don't know if maybe he thought 1 or 2 couldn't fit in that 21.
Potentially. I'm not sure, but it's a good push by Buller. And I've got the penalty. That's a huge play. That Buller front row that have come on, they're strong and experienced, and they go quick through Taylor now. Taylor keeps it alive. Devlin Pratt. Villy at halfback, hands. Buller now, desperate for points. Here's Ben Pratt. Havili, another strong carry, keeps the legs rolling. Referee says play on, no need to release. Cargi over, but he's got to let go now. Villy goes short side again. Hewitt Smart tries to find Tora on the edge. Ball goes straight into the touch. It's going to be a West Coast line out.
Buller playing with desperation there, but it is working well for them. They've got nothing to lose, and they're throwing that kitchen sink at West Coast at the moment.
Yeah, they go short. They find Val, and they set the maul. They're going to drive it out of their 22. Burgess goes wide, finds S.A. Salmaki. Salmaki bumps off. Hands. Burgess. Back in. Oh.
Havili.
Havili is met. Is that Keenan? A huge tackle.
Keenan's had a tough day at the
Burgess.
office so far.
Oh, Nathan Smith shows. Busts through down the edge now, mate. Nathan Smith. Val. Oh, out on the full, but the referee's going to call it back for a forward pass.
Nathan Smith finding open pasture, and Val, that man.
Yeah, when he gets his ball in the ball in his hands, Benny Val, he's on the right edge, he's on the left edge. He's right in the thick of it. He's having a great year for West Coast, Benny Val. He's going to be a handful next year, I'm sure. This is only going to add to his experience. This is his first season in the West Coast side. He's come through the development setup.
So about 6 minutes on the ground clock. I'm not sure what Will Todd's saying. Scrum about 5 metres in on the 40 metre line. Buller ball.
Yeah, Buller quickly running out of time here. It's going to be Villy to feed the scrum. Good push by Buller. Here they go. Disrupting it through the middle is that man Valvo again. But scrum angle is the call by referee Will Todd.
West Coast are really struggling in that front row after making those changes. Keenan just holding the shoulder.
Manawatu goes long. And too long, rather. And he has not found touch, so 22 dropout is the choice that Gordy Lloyd has chosen.
Gordy Lloyd realising that the scrum's just not holding up there, so they're going to look to go deep, I would say, and just to try to hang on to this lead.
Burgess goes long. It's a great kick, Burgess. Right back to 30 out, and it's going to be returned by Hewitt. Smart footwork. Met Lloyd over the ball, and he is going to get the penalty. Gordy Lloyd. Great play, West Coast. They chase. It's a great kick by Cameron Burgess.
And again, just at the back, these guys just haven't managed to exit well. They've carried it back, and Gordy Lloyd, the captain, important penalty. He's put into the posts, and this will put it beyond reach if Cameron Burgess can nail this 3.
Yeah, it's going to stretch it out to 3 converted tries. He's had a mixed day with the boot. Cameron Burgess, but that was a fantastic dropout. Coast marching up the field, chased it well.
I really wish that I'd played with a first five that could have kicked it that far when I was playing.
Yeah,
The guys could barely reach the halfway from the 22 when I was.
me too. I was just stuck at fullback. But it's tough when you got 2 left feet.
It's like you on the dance floor.
Here we go, Burgess lines this one up. No breeze, 40 out, directly in front. Strikes it well, he's got the distance. He's off the upright. Ball stays in play. And they've put it down, so it's going to be a goal line dropout. They're going to have to wait until those boys get back behind. It's a good strike by Cameron Burgess. If anything, it's just eating up time. Oh, nasty bounce. Val cleans it up though. Again, he's everywhere. Val breaks 1, breaks 2, steps 3, keeps it alive. Mun's got space. There's no one in front of him. Oh, West Coast. Benny Val, that's magic.
Benny Val, they're pointing at him like the magician. Just in front of us there.
Let's have a look on the replay. Oh, we missed the Val magic, but there's no one in front of Jin Ho Mun, and that is going to be one of the easiest tries of his rugby career.
Well deserved from Jin Ho Mun. He's had a fantastic game today, but Benny Val, incredible.
He is an excitement machine. On the right side, on the left, he's everywhere. He's in the thick of it. And that is going to pretty much wrap up the Rundle Cup for West Coast.
I can see young ball boy there, Archie Monk, just making his way from the sideline. Burgess just pushing one wide.
Burgess, he was running out of time on the shot clock, so he had to pop it on the ground himself. Maybe the West Coast T-boy was too busy celebrating over there in the grandstand, but West Coast extend their lead, 34, Buller 11. Around 2 minutes to play here in the Rundle Cup 2025. Thormanua getting us back underway. He goes high and short. Devlin Pratt looking to get under it. Gordy Lord spills it forward. And we're going to set a scrum on the 40, Buller. They've scrummed well in the second half. But I think time is just getting away from them now. And they're going to chance their arm from this set piece, I'm sure.
West Coast will just be counting the clock down now. It's been a tough season for them, but they'll be wrapped with this result.
Yeah, absolutely, Al.
Looks like West Coast ending the bench.
I mentioned both teams out of playoff contention, but this trophy means so much to both unions. Hewitt Smart tries to get on the outside of Burgess, but he's taken well around the bootlaces. Viliami Akiola at halfback finds Joe Taylor. He's carried all day. There's Vili Thormanua 2, finds Havili cutting back in, fends off one. It's taken there by Myla. Vili again. Oh, knock on. Cleaned up. Young Jack Olsen there on the spot. Here's Robinson crashing it in. Mun finds a little bit of space. Knock on, Buller. Cleaned up, but we're going to come back for a scrum, so a little bit scrappy. Razzle dazzle, and referee Will Todd blows his whistle. West Coast retain the Rundle Cup 34-11. Alan, what a match.
Yeah, fantastic match. West Coast, they really took it to Buller early. The first 10 minutes of the game, Buller, unfortunately for them, have conceded too many unforced errors. The penalty count was high. They'll be wondering how this game got away from them. but West Coast can pat themselves on the back. It's been a tough season, but they'll be wrapped with this result.
Yeah, they were right in it for 60 minutes of this game, Buller, but those unforced errors just got on top of them, and West Coast kept on piling on the points, and I think my man of the match, Benny Valval, ball in hand.
Benny Valval just managed to get 2 meat pies. He set up another one there and really put it without a reach from Buller. Yeah, he's just a fantastic player. Other men that have impressed me today, you've got to put your hands together for Josh Tomlinson. He's played a fantastic game, as well as Ben Alexander. And those guys there have really taken it with Arnie Gibbons as well, and the captain as well, Gordy Lloyd. And you can't take it also away from Cameron Burgess as well. He has had his moments with the boot, but overall, fantastic game.
Yeah, controlled the game pretty well. Both the Burgess boys.
For Buller, Matt Soper played well. Anthony Ellis led well at the start and sort of just faded away, but Caleb Harvili, he carried well all day, the big fella.
Yeah, the big boys. Yeah, as you mentioned, I'm just repeating what you say, Al, but Anthony Ellis and Caleb Harvili had barnstorming games through the middle, beating defenders. We're going to take a short break here at John Sturgeon Park, but stick around. We're going to go out and hear from a few of the players. We're going to hear from that man, Benny Valval. See what he has to say about a stellar performance. So stick around. Alan, thank you for joining us again today. It's been a pleasure having you with us for these home games of the Bunnings Heartland Championship.
Yeah, Camo, it's been fantastic. Thanks very much to our loyal supporters from all over the country and the globe.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Stick around if you want to hear from a couple of the players. We're going to head out onto the field and capture a few of them, but that is us here from the commentary booth. Thank you very much. And West Coast take this one 34-11. Trophy to both unions. Beside me here I have Right, we're here with West Coast number 6, Benny Val. Benny, in my eyes, man of the match today. You've had a fantastic season. Couple of tries today. Let's talk us through those, mate.
First of all, I would like to thank the Lord for giving me strength. Without Him, we had nothing. So yeah, I'd like to thank the boys as well. For they always say, teams work, make dreams work. Yep.
Absolutely, Benny. Yeah, fantastic words. Talk us through those 2 tries, mate. Setting one up there for the number 15. Every time you get the ball in your hands, mate, magic happens.
Yeah. Always said, hey, it is what it is, hey.
It is what it is. Humble man and a try saver as well. So, man, a few words, but Benny, you had a fantastic season. You had a fantastic game, and mate, we love watching you play.
Just last one. I would like to give thanks to my family back at home. Vinandubali muna bitokoni na lengo la dia mena season we tam tu baka suka bakia nandubalebu na bitokoni be mu yakia sara vinandubali to all the West Coast fans. Thank you for coming out in numbers, and we hope to see you again next year.
Thanks, Benny. Fantastic game, fantastic season. That's a wrap here for the 2025 Bunnings Heartland Championship. West Coast win the Rundle Cup in the round 8. Thank you for joining us. It's been my absolute pleasure to bring this coverage to you. Thanks to our team at Versatile West Coast.
It was nice to
Yo!